What's going on, everyone? I'm going to show you today how to replace the shift lever on Yamaha WR250R and WR250X 08 on up. Other bikes will be very similar, if not the same steps, but these will be the exact steps and part numbers for this specific vehicle. So mine happens to be an 08. As you can see, it's snapped thanks to my recent little collision here, little fender bender. So we're replacing it with this driven shift lever, titanium. It's folding just like the stock one with a spring in it. The only difference is this is rubber and this is actually just like a knurling, so it's metal. So if you're worried about scuffing up the toes of your boots, you might want to pick a different shift lever or find some sort of rubber to slide over this. Other than that, it seems like a pretty good design. So I'll post a link in the description where you can get this. We're going to go ahead and get started by removing the old lever. Alright, now to remove the lever, it's kind of hard to see, it's a little dark, I apologize, but if you follow the lever, you'll see there's a little bolt here on the bottom. If it's the factory lever, and assuming nobody's tinkered with it, it should be a 6mm Allen socket, which I have right here. We're gonna use to take it off. I'm gonna use my impact to take it off, but you can definitely use a ratchet. So we're gonna go ahead, get up in there. Make sure you get all the dirt and grime out of the bolt head if it's packed with crap, so you can actually get your socket in there. The old lefty loosey. And then you should be able to kind of just wiggle it and pull. Now, of course, nothing wants to come apart easy or nice and everything wants to be a fight. But guess what? We're not taking any crap today. So next, if you can't get it off by hand, we're gonna grab a little pry bar or a flathead screwdriver and just come in behind the lever here. Give it a couple gentle pries. If you wiggle it while you do this, wiggle the lever while you do this, probably make it a little bit easier. Yeah, success. Junk. All right, as you can see, we have the old one and the new one here. Looks pretty similar overall. I like to match up my parts before putting them on. This is actually very, very light. It says titanium, at least on their website, but dang, it feels like aluminum, man. It's very light. I guess we'll see, find out if they're lying. It's actually lighter than this one, believe it or not, so hopefully this is a little tougher. But if you'll notice, if you're installing this exact shift lever, obviously depending on what brand you get and what kind, it might be different, but this is not an Allen bolt, so you can see. So this one is actually either a 5/16 or an 8mm, either one will work. I'll go ahead and take this completely out because I guess this isn't mandatory, but if you're paranoid like me and you've had stuff come apart like I have, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of Loctite on here first because I don't want this falling off on me. Now, if you'll notice on the splined shaft here that the shift lever sits on, there's a ring going around it. That is where the bolt comes up and essentially pinches. So you got to make sure that when you put your new shift lever on, it's not too far in or too far out, because you won't be able to get the bolt through this. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on now. We want it to be in basically a straightforward position. On this particular bike, at least with the old shifter, I just kind of lined it up a few different ways, and it would really only go on one way. So you'll know right away if you mess it up because you won't be able to shift. So just kind of push, jiggle, find some splines, got a good bite like that, shove it on the rest of the way. As you can see, I have full range of motion, not hitting anything. Plenty of clearance between the case cover here. We're in good shape. So now we're gonna go ahead and put Loctite on the bolt and tighten it up. Now before I put Loctite on the bolt and smear it all over the place, I'm gonna do a test fit and just make sure that the bolt will go through. You probably can't see it very well on camera, but the socket is not flush on the bolt because of the angle that we're at. So if you're having issues getting your bolt started, you may have to lift on the lever like that, and you can see I got a better angle now, and I am able to start threading the bolt. So now that we know it's gonna work and we're at a decent location, we can go ahead and pull the bolt back out and put a couple drops of Loctite on it. I'm using blue thread lock, which is a medium strength. You can use red if you want. I believe that's strong strength, but sometimes that's a little too much and the bolt doesn't want to come back out or it'll snap. So this will be plenty. We're just gonna go ahead and, of course, back here, put a couple drops on it. That, and let it roll into the grass so it gets covered with crap. Unbelievable. If only I had a nice garage to work in. Now, once you have it started, you can go ahead and tighten it down. Just remember, it's not a very big bolt, and it's just threading into, I mean, this they claim is titanium, but I mean, aluminum, whatever you end up getting, just remember it's threading into a pretty weak material. So you don't want to go too extremely tight on this. Obviously, you don't want the shifter flopping around this much. You want it to squeeze on it and tighten up a bit. Just don't overdo it. I would highly recommend using a ratchet over an impact if you're not good at judging tightness. So we're gonna go ahead. I trust myself, so I'm gonna try it. That's about all you need. Tightened up, it's not loose anymore. The little bit of play that there is in it is in the shaft itself, so we're all good there. Again, full range of motion, everything works. I'm pretty happy with it. Looks good on the bike. All right, everyone, well, that pretty much wraps up this video. Again, I will post the shift lever and the blue thread lock in the video description if you choose to purchase it online. Otherwise, you can get the thread lock at your local auto parts store. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and make sure to check me out on Facebook at Tony the Truck Guy. Thanks for watching.